and we'll get this show on the road. This is the October 8th meeting of the Lunenburg Open Space Committee. It's being held via Zoom, and the Zoom webinar ID is 766-316-7607. It's also being recorded and broadcast live over Lunenburg Public Access Channel and on Facebook Live. And within 24 hours, it'll be found on the Lunenburg Access YouTube channel. So in accordance with the governor's orders and the open meeting law, we are holding this meeting remotely. And so I call the meeting to order. We have a quorum tonight, which is great. We have 6 sitting members, but there's a 7-member board, so there are 4 of us here, so we have a quorum. Colleen said she might be able to join. I hadn't heard from Tim. He generally joins on as well. So first order of business is to take a look at the minutes, and I apologize, they just went out. I don't know whether Eric or Anna, if you've had a chance to look at them. I just looked at them.
I did. It was easy to read, and thank you, Chris, for making those.
You're welcome. My apologies for the delay.
No.
When Mike sent out an email saying, "Did I miss them?" and I found the email in my draft folder, so my apologies.
Okay. So I've read them. I find them fine. I'm just gonna make a couple of minor edits to it, Chris.
Sure, of course.
I usually do before I send them over to the town clerk's office. Just
Yeah, absolutely.
grammatical things,
No
just
issue
whatever.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. And actually, Eric is here. So Eric, you're the clerk. So would you record tonight's minutes?
Sure.
Thank you. So far it's been pretty easy. It's call to order, and we're just up to looking at the minutes from the meeting on the 3rd of September. I'd entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
Second, please.
Second.
Thank you, Chris. So since we're on Zoom, we're going to do a roll call. So Anna?
Aye.
Chris?
Aye.
Eric?
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. So the minutes have been approved. So I will package those together and send them over to the town clerk's office. Second order of business, third on the agenda, is reports from other boards. So I don't know whether Colleen's not here for parks. Chris, I don't know if you have anything from conservation that needs to come to our attention.
No, I missed the last meeting, and no, so I don't have anything.
Okay, and Tim's not here for planning, so that makes that agenda. I think this is going to be a very quick meeting tonight.
Well, since I am the representative of the open space into the EDC, Economic Development Committee, we did have the town meet and greet last week, which is hosted by the Economic Development Committee.
Yeah.
And it's an opportunity for town officials, both employees and volunteers like us, to meet with the business members of our community, and it was a huge success. Again, we had a lot of people there, and there were a lot of connections that made, especially we don't have a land user director, but Brian Gringas was there, and he was able to help. Actually talking with someone who wanted to do a development on his property, but he didn't think he could, and because of, Brian knows so much. I don't know if you all have had an opportunity to meet him, but he was able to guide that person through, what to do and how to do it. So that was right there, was totally worth it. So anyway, so that happened, and that's my report from the EDC.
Yeah, you did that at the coffee roasters.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, and it was simpler because we were able to just bring in some snacks, and they have drinks there, and they have some food there. So people that wanted something different, they were serving. So it made it much easier for us.
Nice. Yeah, I was tempted to go, but I wasn't completely mobile, so so I decided not to do it this time. I've gone to those in the past. They've been good. Well, the town-wide, usually it's for volunteers. They do it over at the Eagle House or something.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
they do the thank you for the volunteers.
Yeah,
Um,
okay. So this
yeah.
was different.
This was a meet and greet. So the volunteers is a thank you to the volunteers that volunteer in town. And this one was a meet and greet of the business community with the town officials.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, and Tim's not here for a report from planning, so we'll skip over that. And I have met Brian. He's been very helpful actually to me. Jennifer is covering so many bases over there that I've taken over um, getting our Zoom link and putting our posting together and getting it over to the town clerk. It's actually pretty easy, but she's just completely overwhelmed. So Brian asked if I could do it, so I've been doing that.
Oh,
Um,
good.
Pretty straightforward, so it's good.
Yeah.
And actually,
Yeah.
they're very helpful. You know, both the Zoom folks and the others that I deal with at the town, very helpful. Okay. The fourth item was other items not anticipated at the time of meeting posting, and that's why I posted the meeting, was just in case something came up. Like we usually get requests for weighing in on right of first refusal at the last minute. We haven't gotten anything. So we're just gonna skip over, unless somebody else knows of something, we're gonna just skip over that one.
No, I don't have anything. No.
Okay. I will mention that and you guys know this, we discussed the master plan committee questions for open space committee at the last meeting. I put those together, sent them over to the chair of the master planning committee. And she said they met on, I think it was the 10th. It was the day I went in for my surgery. They met on the 10th, and she said if we had any questions, we'll get back to you. I haven't heard a word. So I imagine what the responses that we gave them were adequate. Okay, hopefully.
It was. I watched their meetings or most of it. And it and it was. I actually think the response that we gave helped them learn things they didn't know.
Good.
In relation to open space, land use and some of the stuff that it was actually very good. It was a very thorough reply that we did.
Okay. One of the other items, while I'm talking about the last meeting, one of the other items on the meeting was Colleen brought to my attention that there was some misposting. Actually, the posting had come down for the open space plan. And so I've worked with the IT folks and we've got that back up on the website. I also put up not only the letter that we got back from the state approving the 3-year extension for the open space plan, but the table that we talked about and I put together and sent to the state. So those are all now posted. That's our action plan for the next, 7 years or whatever it is. So that's all posted on the website now. So I'll let Colleen know that everything's back up.
That's wonderful.
Okay, I don't see anybody else on the line, so I imagine we don't have any citizen comments. And so that brings us down to almost the end of the agenda, our next meetings. Next meeting is scheduled for the 12th of November. And then the meeting after that is scheduled for the 10th of December. So staying away from the holidays, which is good.
So Mike, at the last meeting,
Yeah.
one of the things that was kicked around was having this committee being having voting ability. Are we going to talk about that at the next meeting?
Anna's taking that one on, and I'll defer to her. 'Cause she said she'd get back to us with a discussion about that.
Okay.
Not necessarily
So-
this meeting, but
Right. So I had hoped that the bylaw review would take on, like we could bring this to them and they would take on. They have had a couple meetings and yesterday the chair of the select board reported and they're not recording their meetings, so I don't know exactly how it was, but it seemed that my interpretation was, and I watched live, so I might have to listen to it again. He said, if anyone wants a bylaw change, they can just bring it up, but they can do that anytime. Anyway, I have my feelings about that comment. But that wouldn't be for this town meeting. That would be for the spring town meeting.
okay.
So hopefully So we can decide if we want to bring something to them and ask them to consider this. But it sounds like they want other people to do the work and bring to them and propose, but we don't really need to do that. We can just, if that's our proposal, we can just go straight up to, to the select board when it comes time for the Springtown meeting. In short, I don't think they're going to be doing any heavy lifting from what I understood.
That's
was what I
okay
thought.
if they want us to put a proposal together, with like you did before with pros and cons and wording change for the bylaw. We can certainly do that. Anna, do you want me to put that on our next agenda for the November meeting?
Okay. All right. And let me add to my calendar things that I have to do.
Does that give you a little time to because if we wait till December, we're going to be, voting on it in January, and pretty soon they're going to have the warrant put together
Right.
for the spring.
Okay.
I don't,
Uh,
or did you mention, it sounded like you said Blackboard. What board were you referring to?
select board. I'm sorry.
Okay,
The chair of the select board is the chair
select
of
board.
the
Yeah.
bylaw review.
Okay,
So
thank you.
I'm going to be away the week before our next meeting, so I'm putting a reminder to myself to bring information to our next meeting. Yes, Mike, please put it on the agenda.
Okay.
And what I'll do is I'll collect information of how the open space committee is set up on different towns, and in the language associated with the bylaw, and I'll bring it to us, and we can decide the direction we want to go with it. And right now, there's no bylaw that regulates us. We are an ad hoc committee.
Right. So should we get input maybe through Tim from the planning board?
Yeah, I think that's fair too. I don't. So, do we want to start where we come up with something, or do we want to start where we talk with the planning board?
No, I think we should start where we come up with something, but I think we should get the planning board involved in that conversation early, since we're an ad
Okay.
hoc committee of the planning board. So they don't get blindsided.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, okay. And so I can do that. I can work with Tim and he knows because he was at the last meeting. Let them know that we're working on something to become, an independent, if you will, full-time committee under the bylaws.
Right.
Now, do we have, I think Brandon said at one point, we have a foundation document for this committee?
I think it's pretty much what's listed on our page on the town website.
Okay.
But there might be a more extent document, but usually I refer to the website for what is the charge of our committee.
Okay. I'll check into that as well. I can always just contact Brandon and see if he's got something else,
Perfect.
It's probably back when he and Paul and some of the others were, Bob were all the open space committee.
Right.
Okay.
That's
All right.
great.
So we've got an agenda item for next time, which is good.
And we have a plan that we'll put we'll get the information and we'll decide the path that we want to go, based on other committees that exist around the Commonwealth. And we can start from that.
All right. And I'll contact Tim and Brandon. Regarding the open space committee, let's call it independence or whatever you want to call it. Okay, good. Anybody have anything else?
Could you just remind me when the November meeting is? What date is that again?
The 12th,
12th, November 12th. Thank you.
if I did my calendar right.
Yep, okay.
So the 12th and then the 10th of December
Okay,
are the next two.
great. Great.
You did it right because it's on my calendar. I have a recurring meeting.
There you go. Okay, so not hearing anything. Like I said, this is going to be a very short meeting, which is okay with everybody, I'm sure. Um, since baseball's on right now, we got to go watch baseball. I entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Thank you, Chris. Second.
I'll second.
Anna, second. Okay. We'll do roll call again. So we'll do Anna,
Aye.
Eric,
Aye.
Chris,
Aye.
and chair votes aye. So we are adjourned. Thank you all for coming. Appreciate it. And I'm sure, Anna, you and I will be chatting a little bit before the meeting on the 12th. Now, you're gone the week before.
I'm gone the week before. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'll put
All
that in
right.
my calendar to get in touch with you at the end of October, basically.
Yeah. I put a reminder for me from October 27th.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you, folks.
Good night, everyone.
Good
night,
night.
everyone. Right. Take care.